tomorrow night at the Exposure Gallery, which I am learning is right on top of Time and Again in Westboro. There's a wonderful show right after around 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock onwards. And joining us is Manjit, Basi, who is part of this whole pop-up shop. And I have to kind of backtrack a little bit because you were one of 20 women, one of the founders of the group, female founders of the Women for Mental Health Improvement. So this is part of kind of a continuation as a somewhat of a fundraiser, and also an ability for you to kind of have the expression of art in a very wonderful art form. So take us through what is being offered tomorrow night at the Exposure Gallery.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah, so it's just this really neat confluence of things that's happened. 10% of all of the sales will actually go to Women for Mental Health. And what's really neat is that there's 3 of us who are part of the first 20 founders, and it just sort of happened serendipitously. Sheila White, who owns Time and Again and Exposure Gallery. So we're hosting it there, and then the art on the walls in Exposure Gallery is Dodi Lewis, who is an amazing visual artist, and she's giving 10% of her sales for the entire show, actually, which is on for a few weeks, to Women for Mental Health.
So her show is running for a number of weeks.
Yes.
Yours is coming in for the night tomorrow night.
Mine is coming in for the night, and it's you know, for me it's like it's a little bit of fun. I'm experimenting with some ideas. I've brought them back from where I was born, although I was raised in Vancouver and have chose Ottawa as home. It's from northern India, and I love to work with artisans, and I find that the art of artisans are dying away, even in India, where we're known for it.
Which I thought was really was interesting because you know, while we go there for looking for different, they're going somewhere else also to looking for the different ways of getting things.
Absolutely, like
and
I'll
cheaper.
And cheaper, literally. Like this is a handloom blanket that's made in like the mountains and the foothills of the Himalayas, and it's made out of yak and sheep wool, right? Great for like a cottage, you know, blanket to warm up on cool nights. And instead, some of the village people are going and buying literally cheap Chinese polyester blankets.
Basic how our world works.
Yeah, so for me it's like, okay, let's see if the things that I find beautiful are things that others will find beautiful, and then we'll see what happens. And friends have always sort of said, you know, you've got to bring some of that interesting mixture, because I've always mixed, you know, sort of ethnic and contemporary and made it work.
And it works for you, and I think you brought some really neat pieces in. The first thing I went to were these shoes. I love the purple ones that we have in front, and there's a story behind all of these pieces.
Yes. Well, this is really neat because this is made 10 kilometers outside of the village where my husband was born, and the man who makes these shoes is actually, his father used to make my father-in-law's shoes, and they're literally, you know, they're all 100% leather. It'll be interesting to see if people think they're comfortable, but women in rural northern India wear these every day, and they're literally all hand-stitched and made out of 100% leather. It's just so neat.
I love just the difference too, looking at the sole. Looking at some of the jewelry as well, you have some beautiful pieces.
Thank you. Yeah. So the jewelry is, it's a jeweler that I've worked with for many years. 4 generations they've made jewelry. This is all semi-precious stone, and it's gold vermeil, which is gold plated over sterling silver. So it's not just costume jewelry either. And then these are just some fun little things. Like this is fool's gold, believe it or not. So it's pyrite, and it's just fun to wrap around your neck or wrap around, like I'm wearing a whole bunch of them.
But that's what's in right now. I mean, that's what people are doing.
Yeah.
And the layering. These
and
are
the
really
layering,
beautiful.
exactly. And then these are just like nuggets of sterling silver that are wrapped, you know, and then, you know, women, like village women, will actually just braid these through, just like we've got local, you know, folks doing it here as well, too. So yeah, and what I love about things is always natural fabric, so there's no synthetics in it. It's always 100% silk or, you know, 100% cotton or wool.
And these are beautiful, some of these scarves and...
Well, take a look at that one.
So
That's
different.
all literally hand-stitched. Like those are all.
Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, that is.
Gosh.
That is someone sitting there, you know, and literally stitching through the silk and making these crazy patterns.
That is amazing.
And no
still trying to get the thread through the needle.
And no 2 piece is ever alike, right? So they're all very different.
Beautiful pieces, and these are going to be available tomorrow night only. So it's a one-night show. You'll see how it goes. You might have some wonderful, you know, interest, and then realize that the pop-up shop becomes more a permanent shop.
One never knows.
You never know. At the Exposure Gallery, which is on top of Time and Again. Keep in mind 10% of the proceeds are going to be going towards Women for Mental Health at the Royal Ottawa Hospital. And you've got it starting around 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Good luck with it. Beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Things.
Thanks for having me on.